Over the years, we've had situations whereby arguments about not getting alert, not sure if payment has gone through, people send you fake alerts. Those are experiences that over the years you look for solution, and I think that's one of the things this solution gives us, whereby you can place an order and you can make your payments just immediately, and that confirmation comes. By doing that, you have no arguments between you and the customer, whether he has paid or whether he hasn't paid.
So you know how to reverse a linked list, but do you know how to design a large-scale distributed system? No, you don't.
QuickTeller Business helps you to create seamless payment for your business via as many channels as you want. Link allows you to create a unique link that can be shared with your customers to request payment for goods or services. To create a payment link, click on Payment Link on the menu list. Then click on the Create New Link button. You would get an option to select Single Payment Link, which is a one-time payment request, or Recurring Payment Link, which is a continuous payment request. To set up a single payment link, click on the Single Payment Link option. Fill in the link name. Click on the Pick an Image button to upload an image that shows your product or represent your brand. Fill in a description of the product. On amount type, click on the drop-down menu to define how the amount will be set. There are two options to pick from. Set by customer allows the person making the payment to set the amount they wish to pay. This option is useful for donation and other voluntary payments. Fixed amount allows you to set a fixed amount for the product. If you select fixed amount as the amount type, you will be required to fill in the amount of the product. If you would like to add additional options to the payment link, click on the Enable Advanced Options button. Under the Advanced Options, you can customize the link by filling in a preferred extension. If you would like to redirect your customers to another website or landing page after making payment, fill in the redirect link. Fill in a short message in the success message box to let your customers know that their payment is successful. Click on Create to complete the process. You will get a notification that your link has been created successfully. You can copy the link to share with your customer or click on the Visit Link button to see the payment page as the customers will view it. All that the customer has to do is fill in their details and click on Pay, and they will be redirected to the payment gateway where they can input their card details and complete the payment. To set up a recurring payment link, you will be required to set up a subscription plan first. To do this, click on Subscription Plan on the menu list, then click on New Plan button. Fill in the name of the plan. Fill in a description. To set up the frequency of the payment, click on the drop-down menu of Charge Customer and select your preferred option. To set up a duration limit for the payment, click on the drop-down menu of Limit and select your preferred option. You could choose to request the payment indefinitely by selecting the Charge Indefinitely option, or you can choose to define the number of times by selecting the Custom option. If you select the Custom option, you will be required to fill in the number of times that you plan to charge the customer for. Click on Create to complete the process. After you have successfully set up a subscription plan, you can proceed to create a recurring payment link. Click on Payment Link on the menu list, then click on Create New Link button and select Recurring Payment Link in the option. Click on the drop-down menu of Plan and select the subscription plan you created. Fill in the link name. Click on the Pick an Image button to upload an image that shows your product or represents your brand. Fill in a description of the product. On Amount Type, click on the drop-down menu to define how the amount will be set. Select Set by Customer to allow the person making the payment to set the amount they wish to pay. If you would like to add additional options to the payment link, click on the Enable Advanced Options button and complete the required details. Click on Create to complete the process. You would get a notification that your link has been created successfully. You can copy the link to share with your customer or click on the Visit Link button to see the payment page as the customers would view it. To make a payment, the customer has to fill in their details and include the amount they wish to pay or donate. The customer is required to accept the recurring payment request and click on the Proceed to Payment button to be redirected to the payment gateway where they can input their card.
What is the fastest way to burn fat? If you're over 25 and struggling with weight, you need to hear.
My name is Francis Ebe, Master Griller, CEO Grand Grill Cafe, and this is my space. Grand Grill Cafe, I started in 2009. At the beginning, we had started using duplicate dockets to place orders, and now you can easily just do that by app or by ordering online. Over the years, we've had situations whereby arguments about not getting alerts, not sure if payment has gone through, people send you fake alerts. Those are experiences that over the years you look for solutions. And I think that's one of the things this solution gives us, whereby you can place an order and you can make your payments just immediately, and that confirmation comes. By doing that, you have no arguments between you and the customer, whether he has paid or whether he hasn't paid.
QuickTeller Business helps you to create seamless payment for your business via as many channels as you want. QuickTeller Payment Gateway can be integrated into your business website or e-commerce site to allow your customers complete payment transactions without having to be redirected. To integrate QuickTeller Business into your website, click on the Documentation button to open the documentation page. Click on Web Integrations to see the different options for integration. The first option is the inline method, copy the codes provided to be used on your website. The second option is the Pay Button method. Copy this code into your website to enable the Pay Now button and allow payment transaction within your website. The third option is the Redirect method. Copy this code into your website and customers would be redirected to a separate page to complete payment transactions. QuickTeller Business helps you to create seamless payment for your business via as many channels as you want. Click on Get Started to create your free business account. Fill in the required details and click on Create My Account to continue. In the next step, you will be required to provide information about your business. Complete the form with the required information and click on Proceed to my dashboard. Your QuickTeller Business dashboard is ready. Before you start any transaction on your account, you will have to activate it to go live. Please note that the requirement for your account activation
Hello, everyone. Can everyone see my screen? And just type yes so that we can start. Okay, so we'll just get right into it. How's everyone doing? We're so excited to have you guys here with us. Thank you for waiting till 10:10. We wanted to give some time for more people, to join in this session. My name is Gloria Imebori, and today we'll basically be taking you on more like a workshop on, because we know it's one thing to have a business, it's another thing entirely to market your product, to get customers, to get profits. So that is why we are here to partner with you, using your QuickTeller business store to basically, market your products and to get profits. So in the first webinar that we had, we sort of like provided a theoretical background to email marketing, social media content. So we explained what these platforms were and what you could do with them. But in this session, we'll be showing you how to do these things yourself, how to actually, run Google ads, Instagram and Facebook ads instead of, just posting your product and you're unable to reach people that actually want to buy your product. And it's going to be a practical session. So it will be really good that you have your materials with you. You can have your writing materials or your laptop or your tablets, just something so that you are able to also practice what you are saying. So let me just take us through the agenda for the day. So we're playing some videos. We've already done that, so we'll just move forward. And we're currently in the opening remarks, and the next session will be by Wale Akombi, but Oluwataya Olofun's going to take their session, just basically giving you an intro about Quickteller business, so you just know more about the platforms, how to use it, if you have any questions. And then our guest speaker for today, Kayode Abbas, will be taking us through Facebook advertisements. And we'll just take a short break, 5 minutes short break, and we'll continue with Google advertisements. And by 12:40, we'll be closing the session. I'm just going to take us through the profile of our guest speaker. So he's a graduate of political science with emphasis in public administration and psychology. He's in the process of getting his MA in marketing and consumer psychology and a professional diploma in professional marketing from CIM in the UK. Kayode started his digital marketing career at TechCroft Media, where he got Google certified and went on to become a certified trainer for Google Digital Skills Africa, helping to train several digital marketers who are currently in top positions across several companies in Nigeria. Some notable feats of Kayode include starting Knowledge Digital, a business that is focused on helping people navigate digital marketing through training and recruiting. He also co-founded Stack FX, a B2B FX payment platform. He's a member of the pioneering founding team of Gigi. I'm sure we all know about Gigi, where he played key roles in sales, business development, online and offline marketing to develop the brand. It's now, it is now the #1 marketplace in Nigeria. He's also worked with Wema Banks, Alert, Coronation Insurance, Mayberry Medicals, Ninja.com, known as Legit.com now, Dale Carnegie, Colino Restaurants, and a lot more other brands. When he's not working, he's engaged in training, seminars, conferences, and workshops, where he helps to raise the next generation of digital marketing professionals, teaching sales staff, entrepreneurs, bloggers, marketing teams, and students how to leverage digital marketing. He's also the convener of LinkedIn Local Lagos, an annual LinkedIn community event with thousands of entrepreneurs and business professionals to come together to learn, network, connect, and take their business and career to the next level. So we've brought to you the best of the best, to tutor you in this session. So if you have any questions, he's going to also introduce himself. So I don't know if he prefers, as he's taking the class, maybe he stops and you ask the questions or at the end, or he will let you know. So Kayode, I hope you're ready to blow us away. I'm going to stop my screen now so that you can take over.
All right, good morning, everyone. Thank you very, very much for that introduction. It's really nice to be here. You've done so much of the introduction. I don't think there's anything left to say about myself.
No, I'm sure there's something we don't know yet. Any questions for Kayode?
So yes, but I'm more interested in knowing, everybody on this call. So if you don't mind, please just leave me in the comments or in the chat. Please just type your name, what you do, what business you're in, and how long you've been doing it, so I can have an idea, how much I need to put into I need to know if you are beginners or if you have advanced level or so boss, please leave your name and how long you've been, your business, what you're doing, and how long you've been doing it. Please put it in the chat now so I can meet you all. All right, Sarah, it's nice to meet you. Okay, so let's do that for 5 minutes so we can before we start the session. So yeah, name, business, and how long you've been in business. Okay, Mena. Okay, nice to meet you. You're the founder of Nekiaga Tech Hub. Nice to meet you, Fola. Nice to meet you, Angela. Nice to meet you, Adewale. Okay. So I can see that, I mean, we're not all newbies here. There are so many people that are, you know, that have been in business for a while, and I can even see some bloggers and some digital marketers here, which is great. So I'm guessing it's going to be an interesting conversation that we're going to have. Okay, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Okay. Nice to meet you, real one. Awesome. 2 years content developer. Awesome. Nice to meet you. Okay. So, so if you have an idea about Google ads and Facebook ads, or if you've set up one, I mean, a campaign before, whether it was successful or not successful, let me see your hands. Or if you've never set up a Google Ads account before, also let me know. Google or Facebook. Okay, so just 4 hands. Just 4. So I'm assuming that most of us have never done it before. Okay, so if you've never, raise up your hand. If you have, put down your hand. If you've never set up a Google Ads account, raise your hand. So I can know those people that have never, the number of people that have never set up a Google Ads. Okay, and if you've never also set up a Facebook ad, you know, or a Facebook ad account, also raise up your hand. Okay. So wow, a lot of people. Okay, okay. All right. So let's start. Let us start from where, I mean, everybody would be most interested in, which is how to make money from, because I'm sure all of us are business people here, right? So I'm sure it's very, very important that we know, you know, how to make money from these platforms, how much it costs, and how you can make money investing in this platform. Because I mean, the reason why we are all in business is so that we can make profit, so that we can sell our products and services, you know, so that we can earn money. And these platforms help you to reach more people, especially people that, you know, will be interested in what you're buying or what you're selling, you know, and helping you to, you know, sell to them and make sure that they are aware of your product. So now, before you start any, unfortunately, I did not prepare any slides. I want this to be as practical as possible. So when I share my screen, it's just going to be showing you how to set up all of this, ads and this ad account. So, but I just want to first discuss why and how these platforms work. So, I mean, it's important that, you know, as business people, it's important that people know about your business, about your products and your services, right? So these platforms, I always tell people before you rush, you know, and give Facebook or Google your money, right? You need to understand who you're trying to sell to. You need to even understand your business, right? How does your business make money? Then also you need to have goals, right? How much are you trying to make, right? What's your annual, you know, or your monthly revenue targets, right? You need to have targets really, because if we just start setting up these campaigns and throwing money around, you're going to lose a lot of money if you don't have, you know, targets that you're trying to meet, right? So let's say you have, or you decided that, right, you want to make 1 million naira monthly, right? So now you need to also understand, okay, what is your selling price? So let's say you sell, let me look for an example of somebody that's introduced themselves. Let me look for an example. Okay, so I can see Fumi, a fashion designer. So Fumi is a fashion designer, she makes clothes. Let's say the average clothes or the average dresses, I don't know if Fumi makes for men or women, right? So let's just assume she's a fashion designer for women. So the average dress that Fumi makes is maybe about 5 or 10K, right? And so Fumi has a monthly target of maybe making 1 million naira from her business. And let's say Fumi makes all those dresses, ready-made. So she makes them down. It's not like she's making them on demand, right? So for Fumi to be able to make 1 million naira in a month, then she has to sell, how many dresses must Fumi sell? Let's say the average is 10K. How many dresses must she sell? So that's 10K divided by 1 million, right? That gives us how much? Because all of these calculations are very, very important, so that when you are investing, because Facebook and Google ads are investments, so you need to be able to see a return on your investment, right? So you need to be able to also do a lot of these calculations. Otherwise, I mean, it's very, very easy to burn money. It's very, very easy to throw money away on these platforms. So let's say our monthly target is 1 million and a dress that we are selling or a product that we are selling is about 10,000. So that's 1 million divided by 10,000. So that means you need to sell 100 dresses, right? You need to sell 100 dresses to be able to make 1 million. So now, the average online, when people visit your site, you need to have, I think there's a minimum of the conversion rate, that is the number of people that visit your site versus the number of people that eventually buy, right? If you do the math, the average, across all industries, right, is between anything from 5%. I mean, some industries are 2%, 2% all the way up to 10%. So let's say that 1,000 people, or we're able to drive 1,000 people, from Facebook or from Google to visit Fumi's website, right? And at a 10% conversion rate. So that means that 10% of that 1,000 may actually buy, right? Because it's not everybody that visits your site that will buy what you're selling, right? So if 1,000 people visit, it's a high probability that maybe 900 of them, will just browse around. They will not buy anything. Some of them might not even be interested. Maybe they just saw the ad and it was attractive, or they might not even be able to afford it, right? So about 10% might be, people that are interested. Then from those 10%, some people might not even, maybe for some reason, they might not want to buy at that moment, or maybe they might want to buy and pay on delivery, but you don't do pay on delivery. So maybe about 5% of them, buy. So out of 1,000, 10%, is 100. So let's say 5% now eventually buy. So that means 50. And remember, we need 100 a month, right? So was that campaign successful or not in getting you your 100 sales? That campaign, if you ran it for a month, that means you will just get 50, and that means you will not meet your monthly target. So I want you to be able to think in terms of numbers like this, right? Because you need to, first of all, have your goal. What are you trying to reach before you set up this campaign? Because if you put the cap, if you just start spending money and don't know what you're trying to achieve, it's very, very easy to throw money down the drain with Facebook and all of these platforms, because they will gladly take your money, and there's no refund when you spend your money on Facebook or Google ads. So that being said, you need to have a target. You need to know the number of you need to know how much you're selling, your average selling prices for your products and your services, right? then you need to have an idea of your industry's conversion rate, right? So for e-commerce, it's between 2%, 1, 2, or maximum 10%, So that means out of everybody you send to your website from Google or from Facebook, about 2 to 5 or 10%, if we're looking at, you can look at it from the, lowest to the highest, expectations, because most of these things are not set in stone. So, but have your mind, at a 2% to 10% conversion rate. So you should be able to know, okay, how much of those people that you send to your website, eventually bought, and you should be able to calculate them, because this is a game of numbers, right? So when you have all those figures in your mind, you'll be able to know, okay, how much you need to spend. So let's say we spend, so for every 1,000, for every 1,000 people, the cost per click now on Facebook and on Google, the prices fluctuate, but it should be around anything from 50 cents, 30 to 50 cents, right? So let's say we are spending 50 cents, that's 0.50. Because you need to, if you don't find maths interesting, you're going to run into a lot of problems when you're running all of this, because you just keep spending and you will not be able to account for, what you spend, right? So let's say the cost per click is 50 cents and your campaign got about 100 clicks. So that's 50 cents times 100, right? So that gives you $50. So let's say 50 people, you got 100 clicks, and from those 100 clicks, 100 people visited your website, right? So that means you spent $50. So out of those 100 people, I said, if you're very, very optimistic, if you, on the high side, if you're very lucky, or if what they see, if what they expected is what they see, and, and they converted well, let's say about 10% of them, 10% of those 50 people buy from you. So that is 5. So if your average order is about $10, because a lot of these ads that we're running, you are going to be spending in dollars, right? If you do, you can also change the currency to Naira too, but it's advisable you run them in dollars so that, because at the end of the day, these companies are, they are, most of their headquarters, all their headquarters are in the US. So there's that currency benchmark, using dollars for everything, right? So you should be able to also be thinking about conversion rate at the back of your mind anytime you're running all these conversion campaigns. So let's, to not talk too much, let's just go right into the setup. Let's just go right into the setup. But I want you to have the numbers at the back of your mind, and you should always be, thinking about return on your investment, because you're not, at the end of the day, you're not a charity organization. Even charity organizations, make some sort of revenue, right? So let me share my screen so we can go through. So now, I want to know your objectives, because another thing that you need to have at the back of your mind before you even begin any campaign whatsoever, you need to have an objective. So type in your business objective. You've told me what you do and what your business does. So I want to know your business objectives. So what are you trying to achieve with your campaign? Are you trying to drive awareness? Do you want more people to be aware of your products and your services? Or do you want to, drive leads? Do you want to generate leads, or do you want to generate sales? What exactly is it that you are trying to achieve? You need to have your objectives at the back of your mind. So please put your objectives, what you're trying to achieve. So if you're an e-commerce business, your objective may be sales. Your objectives may be to drive traffic to your website. Your objective may be brand awareness. Your objective may be to even get people to like your page, right? Your objective may be to get people to even message you on your page, you know, or send you a DM. You know, you can have different objectives, but one thing is that you should not go blind into, you know, setting up your campaign. You need to have an objective at the back of your mind. What are you trying to achieve, you know, by running this campaign, right? So do you want to increase the likes on your page? I know there are a lot of businesses that feel that, okay, the more people like or more people follow them, you know, the more customers they get. So if that is your objective, you know, you need to have it at the back of your mind. Also, you need to have business goals. So what are you trying to do with your, you know, with your campaign? So your objective should tie into your business goals, right? So we are trying to, I'm sure every business is trying to, you know, increase their revenue, you know, grow market share, you know, reach more people, brand awareness, all of those things. So you need to have them also at the back of your mind before you run any campaign, so that you're not wasting money. So let me just share my screen. Give me a minute as I do that. Okay, so I'm seeing your objectives. Please keep typing them in the comments. Let me know your business objectives. Okay. So we're going to walk through how to set up a Google Ads account and how to run Google Ads. Okay, so somebody asked a question. I don't know if we should make the questions after the session or during the session, but okay, but I think we can, this is a quick question I can answer. So you said, is it compulsory to have a website, or you can use your social media handles as your final conversion place? Now, this is an interesting question. But then again, I always tell people that, I mean, if you want to have, you know, if you plan to use digital platforms, digital channels to market and promote your goods and your services, then you need to have a digital home, right? You need to have a home where people can, you know, you can send your traffic to, or where you can put your goods and services, or you can upload, you know, content about your business, right? So it's very, very important. It's just like you going to a marketplace and, okay, it's like you going shopping and not going with, you know, or not having a shopping bag, you know, or not carrying a shopping bag, right? You need to have a place where it's more like a hub where your content can sit, you know, where you can also send, you know, web visitors to. So that's why for me, I think that having the website is very important, you know, but also you can also use your social media handles as well, right? But at the end of the day, one of the things that differentiates, you know, businesses, right, serious businesses from, you know, just people doing side hustles, because there are some businesses that are more like side hustles, you know, or just things that we are just, you know, doing to pass time. So the thing that differentiates established businesses from just side hustles is having your own online hub, which is your website, right, where you have all your content, you have, you know, you can have your products. If you're an e-commerce brand, you know, you have your products there. And it's a good thing because it becomes your own asset asset, your company's asset or your company's property, right? Because any of these social media platforms can, God forbid, they can shut down tomorrow, or they might even close your account or kick you out, right? So it's always good to have, your own online presence, your hub, have a website, or, your website doesn't have to be complicated. It can just be a simple, website, but something that, customers can easily go to and they can find you when they're searching for online, right? So with that as well, you can also now support it with social media handles, right? And these days, getting a website is very easy. It's WordPress, for example, WordPress.com, there's a free, you can use it to set up free websites, and it's free of charge, no charges, So if anybody is still charging you millions to set up a website, I'm sure it's because you are not privy to the knowledge that setting up a website is almost the same thing as setting up a social media page these days, right? So you can do it, the resources are online, you can do it for free, you don't need to pay anyone million. So now I don't see any reason why, you shouldn't have a website, since it's basically like setting up a social media account these days. So yes, you should have a website, but is it compulsory? I'll leave that to your business and your customers, because some customers may not even want to do business with you if you don't have a website. So, it depends on your business and depends on your customers, but, it makes your business stand out from millions of other people that are doing, business like a side hustle, right? So I hope I've answered that question. So if you have any other questions, please leave it in the question and answer chat box, and I'll attend to it after the session. So let's go to how to set up a Google Ads ad account and our first Google Ads for those that have not set it up before. So if you've never set up a Google Ads account or Google Ads before, what you need to do is, first of all, go to your tab. You can either search for Google Ads, right, on Google, or you can just go to ads.google.com, right? Or you can just go to ads.google.com. So when you get to ads.google.com, you see, the website, you see sign in. So this is for you if you have a Google ad account. And this is start now for those that have not never used Google Ads before. So you click on start now. Now, one thing is you need to have a Gmail account, to use Google Ads. So if you don't have a Gmail account, it's very simple, it's easy, it's free. So you can go to gmail.com, create a Google Gmail account, right? So I already have a couple of Google Ad accounts. That's why you're seeing a lot of options here. But if you don't have, it's going to be different for you. So create. And I wanted to show I hope it's not going to, because it looks like it's taking me to the existing ads. Okay, no. So I'm getting okay, so this is what you see. Yeah, so this is what you see once you've started now. But if you're not logged into your Gmail, right, it will ask you to sign into your Gmail. So you pick the Gmail account, you sign in. So once you sign into your Gmail, it takes you to this page next. So it asks you, what's your main advertising goal, right? So what this is trying to do, right? What Google here is trying to do is to get you to immediately start advertising, right? So they want you to immediately start advertising. So they won't even, because for them, right, they want you to immediately get started, right? But so you can see all of the goals, right? So, I mentioned having a goal at the beginning, Because if you don't have a goal, now when you come to this stage, for example, you may get confused or you may get overwhelmed, right? Because they are giving you so many options. Oh, you can get more calls, you can get more website sales or sign up, you can get more visits to your physical location, you can get more brand awareness with video views, right? So if you came here, if you came to this page, without a goal at the back of your mind or without a goal specifically written down, because it's always good to have your goals written down. If you came here without a goal written down, it's very, very easy, for you to get swayed here. So you might get confused, you might just pick and, waste a lot of time, right? So that's why it started first with having a goal. So know what you want to achieve, before you get started, right? So for me, I don't like, going straight with this guided setup. So what I always do is that I make sure that I have all the control, to set it up. Because I think all of this stage that you're saying, all of this setting here, is guided. So they are trying to guide you to set up your ads the way they want you to do it. But, I'm an expert, so what I usually do is I switch to expert mode. But expert mode is good. I would advise also that, even as a beginner, you try it out, because basically what Google would do, with these guided steps that they put here is that they want you to, Google will do anything that will favor Google now, you understand? So they want to make more money. So they are going to make you, get started as easily as possible so that you can put your money in and you can start, spending, even though, you are spending so much and, you don't have so much control. So they are helping you to do it as fast as possible, right? So most likely it will end up leading to spending so much and getting very, very small value for money, right? So you click on switch to expert mode. So when you click that, it shows you a different setting, a different, menu than, so different options than what you'd have gotten if you went with their guided step, right? So here again, it will ask you, which goal would you like, which goal, would make this campaign successful to you. So that's why I always begin with setting goals. So you need to have a goal in mind. If not, you're going to get overwhelmed, right? So I always like to start without, all of this recommend, because like I said, they want to make the process easy for you. They want you to start, even though it may not, it may not get you the best return on your investment, right? So can click on create a campaign without a goal guidance, so you're not being boggled with the goal guidance settings and all that. So now okay, so now let me explain this. So you have different campaign types on Google, right? So Google, I'm sure you're aware, Google is a very, very huge network. So the Google that we all knew in the 90s, if you started using the internet as early as the 1990s, you know that Google started first as just a search engine, right? So Google was just a search engine like Yahoo those days, where you just go to and search for things on, to quickly find anything you are looking for on the internet, because the internet is huge, right? It's a billion. The internet is a billion websites, right? So Google is the search engine that it started as a search engine that makes it easy to find things from so many, the billions of websites. So now as Google grew, Google now became, a whole network. So they have, so many products now, and they are also affiliated with so many websites. So even as a business yourself, if you have a website, you can sign your website up on Google AdSense. I'm sure some of you may have heard of AdSense, so Google AdSense will allow you to be able to make money on your website. So if you go to websites like Linda, for example, for those that, used to go to Linda AKG, right, you see that there are so many ads there, most of those ads Google Ads, right? So she has signed up our website on that network so that advertisers like you and I can, run ads and then show them on those websites. So now Google has grown to include, so many of these other websites, like that. And they also have YouTube. So YouTube, I'm sure we're familiar with YouTube. So YouTube is the video platform where you can go to watch YouTube movies, videos, all of those things. So they have that, and they also have an app store where you can download their app. So I'm sure if you use Android, Google owns Android as well. So they have, that as well. So Google is just more than the search engine. So now what you can do with Google Ads also is a lot as well, right? So you can also use Google Ads to show people advertisements on Google search. So for example, if you go on Google search now, and let's say we look for, we are looking for dresses, right? You search for dresses for ladies. What you see is, first of all, you see ads. So as you can see here, it's written on it ads. So how they came about putting these ads here was they started from here, right? This ad you're seeing here is called a search ad. So when you search for things, most times you see advertisements. So sorry, I need to close. Yeah. So when you search for, any item or anything on Google, most times you see ads like this. So because I search for dresses, I am seeing, dresses, right? Ads for dresses. So I'm seeing this website, farfetch.com. So they set it up also from Google Ads, the same way we are going to do it. So the same thing, I'm sure if you use, some apps, you see adverts there too. You can do that from here as well. So you can see apps, no, sorry, that's not it. So yeah, so this discovery ads and, some of those other things can show your ads in those apps as well. So Google has, like I said, it's huge. So if you go to YouTube as well too, you see those videos, those things that play in between the videos you're watching. This is how you set it up. You set it up from here, from creating video ads. So it shows them on YouTube and all of that. So for this training, we'll do this Google search ads that shows up. So if you search for any other item too, let's say, anything you're searching for, there are different ads, that can show up. So let's say we are looking for, it might even be a service. It might not just be a product. People are running ads for different things. So let's say marketing services, for example, you probably see ads for those as well, right? So it's not just, okay, there are no ads here. So it's not just products alone that you can advertise services as well, right? So, but most times you see ads as well, right? So you can advertise products, you can advertise services. So you pick to show those ads on Google search, you pick the search option here. You pick the search option. Is it my system or why is this thing hanging? Yeah, so you pick the search option. So once you click on the search option, it asks you, okay, what results do you want to get from this campaign, right? So do you want to drive people to your website? Do you want people to call you? Or do you want, to drive app downloads? So if, for example, you have an app that you want people to, that you want to promote and you want them to see it when they are searching for, anything that the app does, right? So if the app maybe helps people, maybe the app is like Uber, it helps people to move from one place to another, right? So if I search for Uber, for example, you can show your ads, you can make your ads show up in that search so that I can see it and download it. You can, this is how you do that. So for our example, we'll use website visits. So let's say we're trying to drive people to Fumi's e-commerce website. So Fumi, do you have a website that we can put here? Does Fumi have a website? Okay, you don't have a website. Okay, so let's just use let's see. Okay, so there's client's website that I'm managing, abiba.com. So let's use this as just as an example. So you put your website there and then click continue. So now you can see it has outlined the steps that you need to follow, right? It has outlined the steps that you need to follow to complete in order to set up your ad. So first of all, we selected our campaign, right? We are setting up our ad groups next, and then we are creating our ads, and then we are going to add our billing. That's our card information so that Google can charge us when it's time, right? So I wanted to show you an image, but I don't have it. So, I mean, the way Google Ads is set up is that, first of all, you have your campaign. So every campaign has the ad groups. So in each ad group, right, an ad group is a collection of different ads, right? So every campaign, you can have, as many ad groups as you want. And inside each of those ad groups, you can have different ads. So you can think of it as, more like you can think of it as like a tree, right? So the tree, you have your trunk, which is your campaign, right? So each campaign has their campaign groups, which are like branches, right? So on each branch also, we have leaves, which are the ads, right? So you can think of it that way. So your campaign is the main, your campaign contains your main campaign goal. What is it that you want to achieve with that campaign? So let's say our campaign is to drive, like what we are setting up now, our campaign is to drive website visits, right? So under that campaign, we have ad groups, right, which are the branches, right? So in each ad group, we can have different ads there. So now in each ad group, it's good that you find ways, it's good that you categorize each ad group. So let's say, for example, let's still use Fumi's example. So she's a fashion designer, she sells women's clothes, right? So you know that, she's definitely not going to be making one type of women's clothes. She's going to be making, what are the types of women's clothes? So there will probably be, so let's say there'll be evening gowns, right? There'll be office wear, right? She's also going to be making like different types of women's, clothes. So each of those different types, right? They can be split into ad groups. So let's say she's trying to promote the whole business, which is what's the name of your business again for me? So let's say she's trying to promote Fumi Wears. Let's call it Fumi Wears, for example. Let's say she's trying to promote Fumi Wears, right? So she can create a campaign, to drive website traffic to fumiwears.com. So on fumiwears.com, she has different categories of products, right? She has, the women's dress gown. She has evening wears. She may even be selling, underwears, different categories. So each of those categories can be placed in, can be advertised, and put in different ad groups. So inside that ad group now, you know that under women's wear, we have different women's wear. We may have black, the black silk women wear. We can have the red, cotton women wear. You can have the blue women wear. Each of those things are under the same category of women's wear. So under the ad group, all of them can belong, they can be ads under that ad group called women's wear. So another category can be, maybe she does men's wear as well. So what are the different types of men's wear? Maybe, shirt, that's an ad group, right? Because we have many different types of shirts that she makes. Trousers, that's an ad group because you have many different. So under that group, you have different ads, right? So think you can visualize it as the tree, right? So your tree trunk is your campaign. The branches are the ad groups, and then on each branch there are leaves on the branches, right? So each of those leaves are the ads on the ad group, right? So think of it, that way. So let's give the campaign a name. So you give the campaign a name. So let's say Fumi wears traffic campaign. Since what we're trying to do is to drive traffic to our website, right? Fumi wears traffic campaign. So here now they are trying to, I told you that Google is more than just a search engine these days. So these days it's a whole network. So they have, a whole number of websites. So you can see it here. They want you to, they're asking you that you want to also put this, you want this campaign to also be on our, partners website as well, right? You want it to be on our search result as well as other, other Google sites when people search for items that are, relevant to your keywords. So here you can choose to leave it, but most time, I always put it off because I just want it to show on Google search, because if you are going to show it on other, Google websites, then that means that obviously you're going to have to spend more, right? So if you just wanted to show on Google search alone, so let's say we just wanted to show when people search for, that particular item, right? Like the way I search for dresses here. So if I just want this ads to show, on Google search alone. So let's say I'm running this, I'm the one running this. Oh, the ads, okay. The ads are showing on this side now. So let's say I just want the ads to show on just Google search and I don't want it to show on any other Google site, I can untick it. So it's better to untick it so that, you are getting the most value for your spend, right? So you also need to untick this as well, because if you don't untick this, it will also show on other, sites. Like it might even show up on, any other Google site, so untick it and then move to, the next setting, right? So here now, you can put the start date and the end date of the campaign. So let's say we don't want the campaign to start now. Let's say we are trying to run a campaign that will last, that will start on Christmas Day and maybe end on New Year's Day, right? We can put, okay, let it start on December, let's say 24th, because New Year's Day, people are already in the, Christmas Eve, people are already in the Christmas mood already. Or let's say we just want to start exactly on Christmas Day, right? We can put that there. Then we can also set the day it ends. So it ends January 2nd, right? So here we can, if you have, tracking links, so you don't have to bother yourself about this for now. This is more advanced, setting. So you can leave this campaign URL options. So here you can do ad scheduling. So if you want the ads to if you want to limit the ads to, if you don't want it to run all day long, let's say you just want it to run from a particular time, let's say from 12 noon or 12:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day. You can do that as well. You can set 5 will be 17. So let's say you want to just run between this time, every day from December 25th to January 2nd. You can set that here in ad schedule, right? Or let's say you just want it to run on weekdays alone, Monday to Friday, or just Mondays alone, right? Or Saturdays and Sundays, right? You can do all of those settings here as well, right? So since we're not trying to do that, we can just leave this. So if you leave it like this, it would show any time of the day from 25th to January 2nd. Anytime, it will show anytime all day, right? So that if anybody's searching for it anytime, because you never can be sure when people are searching for, what you are offering. So, but when you get to a point where, you've set up your campaign for, let's say you are the type that is running a campaign for a long time, after some time, you begin to see patterns, right? So you now start noticing that maybe it's at a particular time of the day that people, respond to your ads, or is a particular time of the day when they click your ads, right? So when you get to that point that you through data, you've realized that, okay, people see your ads or people respond to your ads from maybe 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., then you can come back and edit the ads and then put that, the ads to show on that particular time. But if you don't have data to support it, it's just good to leave it to run, all day long, right? So you can just leave this setting for now. But when you, let's say, so maybe after you've been running the campaign for 1, 2, 3 months, you notice that, okay, it's between 9 a.m. to 10, 5 p.m. that people are responding, and you can change that setting in under ad schedule. So we'll move on to locations. So here now we can now target different locations. So you don't have to necessarily leave it to just Nigeria, right? So let's say people you are trying to reach, are in specific cities in Nigeria, or let's say they are just in Lagos alone. And let's say that, okay, people that you want to reach people close to your shop. Let's say Fumi now wants to drive, she wants to attract only people that are, staying around, let's say our shop is in BI, right? She wants to attract only people that are staying around there to go to our website, right? So that's why I said it depends on your objective and your goals. Your goals, need to be clear, So let's say you just started a new business and you have a shop, right? And you want people in that location to know about your shop. You can actually use, platforms like Google Ads and Facebook to tell them that, okay, we have just opened a shop in BI, right? You can walk in there. So on your ads, you can put your location, you can even put your address, your phone number, all of those things. That's why I said, you need to have a goal in mind, right? If not, you're just going to put in a lot of money and time, and you're just, Google and Facebook will happily take your money, like very, very, so now here you can now search for, you can search for the location that you want to, you want to target. So let's say we are trying to reach people in Yaba. You can actually target Yaba. So here it shows you how many people are in Yaba, right? Yaba in Lagos. So you click target, right? You can add as many locations as you want. You can be very, very specific, you can put, different, you can even put particular places. So let's say I want to target a particular shop, right? No, let's see, I'm looking for a landmark. You can target particular landmark. Let's see if I can get National Stadium, for example. National Stadium, nope. So I mean, you can target, you know, specific places, Victoria Island. Okay. So you can see Okwebi, there's Ikeja, right? So you can click on nearby. So where you click nearby, it shows you locations that are also near those locations. So we can check other locations that are close to Ikeja. All right, so you can narrow it down. You can target as many, you know, locations as you want to, right? So once you're done, you know, you can click on it. You can also target by radius, basically. So you can put a particular place. You can put a particular place and you can now say, okay, I want to target people, you know, 10 kilometers around that place, or I want to target people 10 miles around that place, or 5 miles, you know, around that place. You can put all of those, you know, parameters there if you have them, right? Then add as many places as you want to target. So now, once you are done with the location, you've put all the locations that you want to target. You then go down to target. So here now you choose presence, right? Because you have the option to show people, you have the option to show your adverts to people that are interested in those locations, right? Let me explain. So there are two types of people that are, you know, that are searching. I mean, there are different reasons why people search for things, right? So I can be in VI and maybe I want to go to Yaba and I've never been there before. So I can be searching for, you know, or I can be interested in, you know, things that are happening in Yaba and I search for Yaba. So if you put search interest, then it will show to just those people that are searching for things in that area, but they may not actually be living in that area, right? I don't know if I'm clear. So if I'm looking for a restaurant in Yaba, for example, right, and you choose, you know, search interest, or if you choose presence and interest, then it will show me, you know, your search ad, even though I'm not in Yaba, because I mean, let's not lie to ourselves. A lot of this, our apps and everything we are using is tracking our location. So your phone basically knows where you are. Google knows where you are. Facebook knows your location, everything. So your apps know your location, right? So basically, Google can tell if you are in Yaba and you are searching for restaurants in Yaba, and they can also tell if you are in VI searching for a restaurant in Yaba, right? So that's why this is important. So you can target people that are only in Yaba searching for your items in Yaba, or you can target people that are in, you know, anywhere searching for your items in, you know, Yaba or in any of these locations that you put here. So you need to tell Google, okay, this is the location I want to target, right? And you need to tell Google, okay, I want to target people that are in that location and that are searching for my products. Or I can tell Google that I want to target people that are not in that location also and are searching for my product, right? So since we want to target the location specifically, so let's say we just want to attract people that are around our, you know, Fumi store, to tell them that, oh, Fumi has just opened a physical store in Yaba, you know, we can just choose this presence alone. So it will show people that are in that place, you know, that are searching for female dresses, right? So, so here also, sorry, I missed that. You can also exclude places that you don't want people to see your ads. So let's say I just want to show my ads to people in Yaba alone, and I don't want people in, Ikeja to see it, or people in Nigeria itself, any other part of Nigeria, just Yaba alone. I can put, I can put that location, and I can put that location and just click on exclude, right? And that's, so once you come here, you can also put, just leave this to exclude, those people that you've excluded from seeing it. So now, your language is, English. A lot of people in Nigeria, they are targeting English-speaking people, right? And I'm not sure anybody that is that you're targeting basically would not understand English. So you don't need to add any other language here. Just leave the English. So you can go down here to your ad spend, your budget, right? So here now, like I said, you can choose different currencies, but I mean, I advise that you can even choose Naira, right? So, but I mean, I always advise that you have your currency set in US dollars. It makes, it makes things easier for yourself, and also to be able to track and but then you can also put Naira. There's nothing stopping you, and it won't affect your performance as well. But because the standard, the global standard currency that we use is dollars, so you can use dollars, and you can also use Naira. So you put your currency there. Then you now tell Google, okay, this is what I want to focus on, right? So you can choose to focus on conversion. So the beauty about online advertising is that, you can basically tell, the platform, maybe either Facebook or Google, you can tell them, I just want to pay when people click on my ads, right? So only when they click on your ads is when Google is going to charge you. You can also tell Google that, okay, I want to be charged only when people buy from me. So that is conversions, right? So, but for you to be able to choose conversions, you need to first set up conversion tracking. That's a whole, lecture on its own to set. So, but if you click on this link, it can also show you how to do that. But basically, to set up conversion tracking, you need to be able to know how to add codes to your website. So if you want to do it yourself, you can do it yourself. If you know how to set up a website, it's going to be easy for you. Or if you know how to edit your website, it's going to be easy for you. And if you don't know how to do that, you can just take the code, or take this link and send it to your website developer. It's going to help you do the conversion tracking setup. So once you set it up, you can now tell Google, you can come here and choose conversion. So that tells Google that, see, don't charge me unless somebody buys from me, But as a default setting, since we've not set up conversion tracking, the only thing we can now tell Google is, okay, charge me only when people click on my ad. So that means that even when people see it, right, and they don't click, I'm not going to get charged, But if I want to get charged when people see it, I can click impression, right? But I want to get charged only when people click on my ad. So you put clicks there. So you can also take this to set your maximum cost per click, right? So this is where you tell Google that, okay, I don't want to, sorry, let me change this back to USD. Because like I said, it makes it easy to calculate. So main reason why I prefer USD over, using any other currencies, it makes it easy to calculate, your cost per click. And also you'll be able to benchmark what you're spending versus what every other person across the world is spending. So because there's really no much data on, the cost per click for Naira and all of those other currencies, right? So, and it's good to be able to benchmark to say, okay, this is what people are spending in my industry. right? Or all my competitors, these are what they are spending. So you are not going to be spending anything higher, right? That's why it's good to have a currency that you can benchmark against, other people globally. So here now you can set up your maximum cost per click. So you can tell Google that, see, for this campaign, I don't want to pay more than $1. Or you can even put there that I don't want to pay more than 50 cents per click, right? So it tells Google that anything above, 50 cents or $1. Now, this cost per click bid limit, because you are not the only person that is running your campaign even in your location, you might think that, oh, I'm the only one that, because I've taken this training now, I'm the only one in this my whole area that knows how to do run Google ads. That would even be false, because you are competing against thousands, millions of people that are also running campaigns, right? So you need to tell Google that, okay, when it comes time to prioritize, all the advertisement, because there are a lot of people that are also trying to show up, on this particular search results, right? So you're telling Google that when it comes time to, prioritize, if the cost per click, for showing my ad is more than $1, right? Because when Google is trying to choose what they call it bidding, so they try to choose which ads to show. All of these things are done in seconds, right? They are done in seconds while the browser is loading, because it's all done. The calculations, everything is done in by machines, right? So they have different algorithms and different, this thing that calculates it. So you're telling Google that if it's going to cost more than $1, so that means if every other person that you're competing with is paying more than $1, don't show my ad, right? So, but if it's going to cost you $1 or less, or whatever maximum bid you put here, then it will show that ad. So you can set it as, maybe if you just want to pay $1 per click, you can put it there, or 50 cents per click, but make sure that your maximum bid is not too low, for the average, right? If it's too low, your ads might not show up at all. So you need to, know that, anything from 50 cents to $1 per click, is fine. And it helps your ads to show up, and then more people can click it, because obviously Google wants to make money as well. Right? So all of this is for conversions. So if you want to set up, your conversion tracking. So if you know about web design or web development, if you know how to code, it's going to be easy for you to do that, right? So if not, you can just move to the ad extension. So now we have what is called ad extensions. So these are they are extra descriptions or links that you can put on your ad. So let's say we are trying to, because if you don't put all of this, if you don't put these site links and this ad extension, right, you will only be able to drive traffic to just one link alone, right? So for someone like Fumi that has several products that she's selling, she can actually drive traffic to all the different, links, right? All the different product pages, right? So she can put for example, maybe she's trying to also drive traffic to men's wear, different other, landing pages. She can put the title, and then put the URL. That's the link that you want people to go to. So you can add, as many site links to it. So it shows. So we can add all the site links that we need. So let's say we have a page called menswear. So I mean, basically, this is why you need to have a website, because you can't send all this traffic to your social media page. So that's why I said, I mean, basically is at this point, setting up a website is almost like having a social media account. It's free. If you just spend time, Googling and finding the right resources. So there's no reason why you shouldn't have a website, right? So, because if you are doing all of this, you need to be able to drive the traffic somewhere, especially with Google Ads. So you add all the site links, then you save. So you can also have things like call out extension, which is more information about your business. So you can add more information about your business there. And then if you want to also add a phone number, right, you can even add a phone number to your ad. So let's say you are offering a service, like even a plumber or even an electrician these days, if you are savvy, if you are tech savvy, I don't see any reason why you cannot also use this platform, because people are searching online for these services. So whatever services you're offering, you can also do that and promote it online. So you can come here and put a phone number as well. So you can add whatever phone number you use, right? So you can add a phone number, So you can add a phone number there, right? You can now save, right? So once you're done, you save and continue. Oh, sorry, we didn't put our budget. So our budget for this, so like I said, you need to determine how much, what's your target, what's your monthly target, how much is your product, how much does your product cost, right? So that will determine how much sales you need to make. So when you know how much sales you need to make, then you can now calculate how much traffic or how many people do you need to send to make that particular, to make a sale. So then it will now tell you, it will now determine how much you need to spend, right? But ideally, you should be able to make 5 times, ideally, the ideal return on investment should be 5 times what you spend. So let's say we are spending $100, on this campaign, right? We should be able to make $500 back, all things being equal. So that's ideal situation. So, but worst case scenario, it should be 3 times the return. So you should be able to make maybe $300 back. So anything less than that, you may, your campaign has, failed. You probably, should stop that campaign and, reanalyze what you've been doing, right? Because the purpose of every business is to make, profit. So if you are spending money and you're not making anything back, then there's something wrong there. You need to speak to a professional to help you look into that campaign to see what you are doing wrong, right? So if we put so this is daily budget basically. So if we're spending $10 per day, so that means in a month, that's 30 days, that's $300, right? So remember that at the beginning, we did not put this campaign to run for a month. We said that it should start on 25th to January 2nd. So that is how many days? January, February, December 25th. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. So at the end of this campaign, we would have spent $90, right? So that is it. So if you also want to, if let's say you want to make it a month, if you want it to run for a month, this is also where is it again? If you want to run for a month, this is also where you do it. So you tell it to start from this and then end in a month's time. So you can actually set it, December 14th to January 14th, right? That's a month. So you know that at the end of the day, 30 days, that means you would have spent $300. So if we're spending $300 in 1 month, we should be able to make 5 times of that. That's 1,500. So if you're tracking everything well, you'll be able to see how much you're even making from your Google Ads. You'll be able to see it on your Google Ads dashboard. That's why it's important to set up conversion traffic. So you can send the link to your website developer to help you install it so you can track your conversions. So let's go on. I'm having trouble hiding this thing. Okay. Okay, so let's go on, save and continue. So next thing should be the ad group. Next thing should be the ad group. So remember I said that, the campaign, every campaign has ad groups. So it's like every tree, has branches. So there are ad groups and then the ads in each of those ad groups. So now we are going to create all the ad groups. So here now we can say, okay, remember, I feel like I should use a visual, one website as an example so that we don't get something we can actually follow along. Okay. So let's say Conga. So let's say we're the owner of Conga, right? And we're doing a sales on dresses. And we're doing a sale on dresses. Let's go to where is the, okay, Conga fashion. Okay, so as you can see, no, let's say we're trying to promote women's wear, right? So under women's wear, we have dresses, we have tops, we have trousers, we have jumpsuits and play suits, we have suits and blazers, skirts, lingerie, sleepwear, ready to wear, right? So each of this can become or should become, so if we're trying to promote just this women's wear, Conga has a lot of, other categories and products. So let's say we are trying to promote women's wear. So the campaign will be women's wear campaign, right? So whatever we're trying to do, maybe we're trying to drive traffic, we determine, the name we can give it. So we can call it women's wear traffic campaign, right? Women's wear traffic campaign. So now, under women's wear, we have dresses, tops, trousers, jumpsuits, and all of this. So each of these should be the ad groups, right? So let's translate that here. So the first ad group that we saw here, dresses. So we put dresses. So you can also create, So when we want to add more ad groups, can add, okay, so what's the next one? Tops, right? So another ad group, don't worry, we're still going to fill in the keywords for each ad group. So another ad group would be trousers. So it's good to name your ad group so that it helps you to be able to see clearly, which ads and which ad groups are performing well, right? Because your objective basically is to drive traffic to all of this, right? So jumpsuits. So you can go on and on and on and on and continue adding new ad groups, right? You can add as many ad groups as you want. Jumpsuits. So let's just add one more. Suits and blazers. So go and create a new ad group. Suits and blazers. Okay, so let's just stop here. So if you have more product categories, you can create them, add them, but I'd advise that, put the different, have an objective, have a goal, make your campaign based on that goal, then create ad groups, targeting different categories of your products or your services. So same thing applies to services too. If you're offering services, so let's say you are a digital marketing professional or an agency. So you obviously, under digital marketing, we have different services. We have search engine advertising, search engine optimization, social media, search engine marketing, email marketing, affiliate marketing. So all of those different categories will be here as ad groups as well. So it can be search engine optimization, email marketing, web design, affiliate marketing, all of those, right? So here now we put the link to the website. Then you can ignore the products and services here. So here you now put the keywords. So each ad group has the keywords that triggers the ads under them. So we have dresses, right? So under dresses, dresses is a category here as well, and it is also our ad group. So under dresses now, so we have different types of dresses. We have black wrap midi dress, we have women evening dress, we have fashion women elegant, all of these dresses, right? So we want people that are searching for the dresses to be able to find them on Google, search engine. But our ad that we're creating is our campaign is a search campaign. So all of these, the names that people are using to search or the terms that people are using to search are what we call keywords, right? So they are what we are going to put here right now. So let's just see. So sometimes, right, any website you put here, Google likes to help out. So what they do is when you put a website here, they automatically generate, keywords, that people are searching for, that are using to find that website. So you can use the keywords if you like, and if not, you can, let me see if I put Conga here, if it will generate another keyword set. So you see it's loading. So all of this is probably going to change as well. right? So they like to use their, so you can see the keywords here have changed, right? So they like to use their technology to help you as much as possible, right? So you can see all the keywords have changed. So depending on the website that you put there, but basically you can use them, but I like to put my own keywords. So I delete them. So since we are trying to, we want people that are searching for dresses to find this ad group. So we can put the different dresses. So the different keywords. So these are phrases, that are used, that people are searching for. So people will most likely be searching for women dresses, right? Women dresses. They'll probably be searching for evening dresses, right? Which other dresses? Okay, so you need to think like your customers. So what are your customers going to search for if they're looking for a dress on your site? That's what you should put here, right? So we can also put wedding dresses. These are things that people are going to be searching for. Wedding dresses, birthday dresses, dinner dresses, right? So I think these keywords, are sufficient, right? So now, if you put once you put all the keywords that you're sure people will be using to search for this your particular ad group, you can also choose to make them into there's something we called, so as the keywords are like this, they are broad. So it means that anybody that is searching for maybe women's dresses for sleeping will probably find this your keywords. But let's say we want people that are looking for wedding dresses only to find us, right? We can do what is called an exact match. So somebody that's searching for wedding dresses for a Muslim wedding would not see us. But if they search for wedding dresses only, they would see us. So we can do what's called an exact match. You do that by putting this thing around it. But this is advanced stuff. So then also, if you want to do a phrase match as well, you can put an apostrophe. So that means that the people have to be searching for this particular phrase. But I mean, it's not necessary since you're a beginner, you might just need to put something broad like this. So it shows to as many people as possible, right? You don't need to, so just put the keywords here. So once you are done putting the keywords, you move to the next, the next ad group. So now this is tops, right? So what keywords will people be searching for if they are looking for tops? So they'll probably be searching for women's tops, right? They'll probably be searching for what other kind of tops? Girls tops. You need to think like your customers, right? Think of different ways they'll search for, your products and your services, and you need to put them there, for that particular product. So you go to trousers as well, do the same thing, put the website, put the link, right? So you can also put the category. So like how we have different, you can put the category link. So let's say we want to drive the traffic to tops. So you can put where's the tops again? I'm sure if we put this here also, Google can help us replace the keywords based on their algorithm. So well, this is okay. So it didn't find it. So we'll just leave our keywords. So you can add as many keywords there. The words that people are using to find that particular, that particular category of products, right? Put those words there. They are called keywords. So you need to think like your customers. So once you're done filling in all of those, you've added all the different categories as add group and put the, URL and the keywords, you go to save and continue. So now you move to the third process, which is creating the ads, right? Okay, so now this is now where you create the ads. So I want you to notice something, right? Like I said before, each of the ad group. So this is the ad group we just created for dresses. So you can see each of the ad groups, they have their own space for creating ads under them. So you can see tops. So all the ads that I create here will be under tops. All the ads that are created here, for dresses. So each ad group has its own individual ads. So here now we can put the this thing, what's it called? The name of the ad group. So dresses, right? So now we are now creating the ads under each of the categories. So each ad needs to have, what is called an headline. So it's something that people would see. The first thing, like how we have, how newspapers have headlines, right? So when you pick up a newspaper, the first thing that makes you want to read the newspaper is the headlines you see at the first page. So most newspapers always have very catchy headlines. So that's where you see, oh, father rapes son, father rapes daughter, and then, sets the whole house on fire. So they try to make that headline very, very, catchy and very sensational so that it will grab your attention and to make you want to read more about that story. Or they can say something like, oh, Buhari just fired many people, in the civil service for nothing. Even though he didn't do it for nothing, but they want to make it catchy and sensational so that you want to read that story to find out, wow, why would, the president fire everybody for nothing? You understand? So it's that same mindset you also need to have to when you're running ads, because you need to make sure that your headlines too. You need to think like the way these newspaper people would also think. How will you create an headline that will catch people's attention? But your headline does not have to be sensational. You don't have to, blow things out of proportion. You don't have to make it look like, the end of the world, the way the newspapers will be. But your headlines need to be, also catchy and they need to grab attention, right? So you put your headline. So for dresses, we can say, where's the dresses category again? Let me look for. Okay. Okay, so the headline can be short. So make sure that your headline has a, what's it called? Okay, so Google will give you, a checklist. right? On how to make your headline even perform better. That's why I said Google will do everything so that you can, get good value for your money, and at the same time you can, your ads can do well. So they'll tell you, okay, include, popular keywords in your headlines, make your headlines unique, make your descriptions more unique. So you can see ideas on how to do that when you click here, right? So they'll teach you how to do that, right? So you can see they are giving you suggestions on what to say, right? Or that will make people, more, that will make your, this thing, what's it called? Your headline more interesting, right? So you can use Google's help if you are struggling with coming up with a very good headline, right? So you just make sure that you put, as many headlines as possible. So shop top women's dresses, right? So this is just an example. Your own headline might be better than mine, right? So just put, complete, the shop beautiful wedding dresses online. Now it's too long. Okay. By luxury evening dresses. So you can just put dinner wear. So put enough, headlines. Can put at least 5. I think this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. By birthday dress. Celebrate your birthday in style. Oh, no, this is too long. This will probably fit. Okay, birthday dresses for sale. Right, so here now you now put your description. So in the description, you can now tell people more about your offer. So you can tell them, oh, get 20% discount when you buy. So you can tell them about your offer. So it's always good to have an offer as well, and free delivery when you buy dresses online from, what's her name, For Me Wears. Shop now, right? So you can add one more, description as well. So you do the same thing for each of the ad groups as well. Create different ad headlines, right? So let me just rush through it. So once you are done, you click save and continue. Click save and continue. I think we spent more than our time. I just wanted to make this very, very so we can't go to the next page. But anyways, when you are done with this, you go to billing, and then you fill in your card details, and then you submit, and Google starts, they review your ad, and then, they approve it, and it starts running, right? So So that is it about setting up Google Ads. So let me show you how your campaign. So let me show you how your campaign would look like once you set it up. So let me show you how your campaign will look like once you set it up. So once you set it up, you'll get taken to this page where you can now see an overview, right? You see an overview of your campaign. Okay, so here now you can see it will show you a quick report of the campaign. You see how much you spent. You see the average cost per click. So you can see that it's just 10 cents, you know, average of 10 cents per click. So the average cost per click does not mean that it's exactly 10 cents I'm paying for every click, but it just means that as an average, I'm sure we know how to calculate average, right? So an average, the average of everything, all the cost per click, right, is 10 cents, right? And this is the number of impressions, 403,000, and this is the number of clicks, right? So you can also click here and check other things like conversions, you know, costs, you know, all of those. Then when you scroll down, it shows you your particular ads. Okay, these are the campaigns. These are the different campaigns. So if you set up more than one campaign, you see there. So remember I said that each campaign contains an ad group, and inside each ad group, there are different ads, like I just showed you. So that means that each of these campaigns here have their own different ad groups, and they have their own ads, right? So if you open this particular campaign, so you can see the number of clicks that it has, you can see the impression, the average cost per click, and the total that has been spent now, $300, right? So yeah, so you see, so this is just an overview. So we can drill deeper. So you can see on the side here, the ad groups. So you can check each ad group in this particular campaign. So we've had many ad groups, but they've been paused. So, but this is the present ad group. So you can click on it. Okay, so under the ad group, remember that we set up keywords, right? So these are all the keywords that are under this particular ad group, right? So this is a campaign that we're running for a client that does COVID-19 testing. And so we are driving traffic to their COVID-19 test booking page, right? So anytime you search for COVID-19 test, let's say you're traveling on out of the country, there's a big chance that you see my ads running. Let me see if I would see it if I search for COVID-19 test. So it's not showing now, but it may show sometime. Which keyword can I search? Okay. PCR test. Let's see. Sometimes it shows, sometimes, you know, it may not show anything. PCR test and babies. Okay, mobile medical services. Yes, so you can see my ad. So all of this was set up. So if you click on it, it takes you to, so this is how the people searching will see your ad. So if you click on it, it takes you to the landing page that will set up. So you can book for the test. So yeah, that's basically it. So as I've clicked on it now, it counts. It's probably counts here and charge me. Okay, so let's see if we can touch on Facebook. I think the next speaker is here. So for Facebook, all you need to do is go to business.facebook.com. If you don't have a Facebook Business Manager account, you need to set up one. And if you do, this is what it will just show you. It will show you your Business Manager page loading. Let me see if I can log out to show you how to set up. So second speaker is here, so I'll just try and speed through this. No. Wrong button. Facebook can be slow. No. Where's the sorry? Yeah, so yeah, this is where you log out from. So sorry. Okay, so when you go to business.facebook.com, this is where it takes you to, so you can create your account. The good thing, why it's good to have a business manager account is so that you can have, you can manage several ad accounts, right? So it's the same thing. It's very similar to what I just taught you on Google Ads, right? With Google Ads, you can do the same thing as well. So you have your Google Ad account, which is like your Facebook Business Manager, right? So each of those, on those Google Ads, you have a main Google Ad account, and then you can create, small ad accounts. So Google Manager account, you create your ad account, and under those ad accounts, you create different multiple campaigns, right? So Business Manager also, you can create several Facebook ad accounts. So under each of those several Facebook ad accounts, you can create, several campaigns, and under each campaigns, you can have different ad groups, and under each ad group, you can have several ads. So you come here, create your account. If you have, you need to log into Facebook. So once you log into Facebook, you create your account. If you don't have a Facebook account, you create a new Facebook account. If I log in now, it takes me back to, because I already have a Facebook business account, so I can, okay, let me see if I can do this. I still have to. So once I log in, it takes me to the already existing one. So I can't show you how to set up unless, okay, I think it's showing. Let's see. Yeah, so you click on create account, you give the business manager account a name, right? So let's still use the Fumi Wears. Then you put your name, you put your business email, and you submit. I need to have a business email that works. unable to create. So anyways, once you create, it takes you to that page that we saw already. So it takes you to this page. So here you can create new ad accounts. Let me just quickly set up an ad with one of my ad accounts. So you see you can have several ad accounts, in your business manager. So let's say you have several businesses, but this business manager is especially good if you are, a marketing professional. Let's say you manage several businesses, right? So you have several ad accounts, but if you're just a one-man business, you don't need more than one, or if you just have one business, you don't need more than one ad account. So you click on your ad account. So from your ad account, you create your ads. Let me just breeze through this. Facebook is really slow. Oh. So you click create. I think I have an issue with my Facebook. So you click create. You specify your campaign objective. So are you trying to drive awareness, lead gen, traffic to your website? Choose the objective. Once you're done with the objective, the same way we set up our Google ads. The only difference with Facebook is that you don't need to add keywords and all of that. Instead, you just choose your targeting, your location, your audience, your budget, upload your ads, put the image, the headline, like I said, the links, all of those things, then submit. And that's how you set up your Facebook ad account, under your ad account. So once you set it up, you see this. You see the dashboard like this, where you can see the delivery. So make sure you're always checking this place to be sure that your ad is active and running, so you can check the results. So you can, this is my favorite view. So you can go down and look at performance and clicks. So it allows you to see how well your ads are performing. So you can see the results you set up. So let's say your objective is landing page views. You can see the number of landing page views, the number of people you reach, the cost per result, your budget, and how much you spend, and when it's ending. So it's very, very important that you monitor your dashboard and know what's going on. So I'll draw the training to a close. The next speaker is around, and I don't want to eat too much into his time. You can reach me across all social media platforms at Kayode Abbas. My name is the same across all social media platforms. So you reach me on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn. Send me a message with your questions. I'll gladly answer them. I know we don't have enough time. Some of these trainings, it usually takes me about 3, 4, 5 hours. Sometimes you can go all the way up to 8 hours, because I like to go very, very in depth. So please reach out to me if you need anything, if you have questions, if you have issues, or you need help with setting up all of these things that we discussed. So I'll hand it over to I'll hand things over to the next speaker.
Thank you so much, Kayode. Does anyone have any questions to ask? If you have a question, you can just type your question. Okay, so I'll just hand over the next session to Olawale Akonbi to just take us through Quick Teller business. and how you can actually use your storefronts to, showcase your products and reach more customers. Wale, over to you.
Okay, thanks, Gloria. Good afternoon, everyone. Can you enable my video so I can?
Okay, you can check if your video is, if you can turn on your video now.
All right, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Can you see me? Can you see my screen? You can just type in your comments. Gloria, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen. We're all good.
Okay. My name is Olawale Akunbi. I work with Switch, work with the market. I'm going to take the next 5 to 10 minutes just to talk to you about things about particular business. I don't know how many of us here are registered on particular business, and I don't know, but I would say that if you are not registered on particular business, you better do now to help your business. And I'm going to talk you some of the features, some of the products that we have within particular business that can really, really help you grow your business. I can see I was part of the last session, the practical on how to set up adverts and all that using Google and Facebook. And that's some of the things that we are bringing on board. But I would also like to call out a few. I can see people raising up behind that they are particular business. That's very good. For people who do not have an account yet, I think we need to create one. So what is quick pillar business? Again, I want to assume that a lot of us here know Teller and we also know InterSwitch. When it comes to fintech, financial technology in Nigeria, in Africa generally, InterSwitch is a leading organization. In fact, we started this journey of digitizing payments and all that. So a lot of experience. Switch has over 20 years experience doing this for big multinationals and big corporations. A lot of big companies use our platform. Banks, all the banks in Nigeria are on InterSwitch platform, and also other retail companies that you can not even imagine on InterSwitch platform. So we've garnered a lot of experience over time, and we felt like it is time that we allow other businesses, younger businesses, new businesses to also take advantage of our experience in the industry. And so we've opened up a lot of capabilities to small, medium, and large companies. And that is what we have done with our business. COVID happened in between 2019 and now, has thrown out a lot of opportunities, and we felt that we saw shops, offices, and all that shutting down, and that wasn't good for the economy. So we felt, okay, let us open this up so that a lot more people, right from the comfort of their room, from the comfort of their home, can keep the business. And the world becoming a global stage, so market, target market where you need to sell to should not only be in Nigeria. If you're on the web, you're on the internet, you need to be able to sell to someone who's in Singapore or who's in California or whatever part of the world that you are in. You need to be able to sell and to retrieve your payment without any hassle. And that's what we have done, we have brought to you. I'm not going to go deep down into the platform. I also want you to experience yourself. If you need to register, kindly go to business.ptr.com. If you are not a registered member, go there, register, and then you get to enjoy all the things that we have. So this year, this particular meeting session is very important because we are ending the year, we are going to the new year, and one of the best times to actually look at your business and say, okay, how do I position my business this coming year? How do I grow my business in this coming year? Switch a few years ago, they were one of the one of the 5 fastest growing companies in the world. And some of our experiences are things that we've come to bear. You need to position your business to succeed online, not just online, both offline and online, because the audience still want to go to shop, online, they also want to go to physical store. So how is that business going to? So I have come with just about 6 products. Just highlight this, and I'll show you some of the other things that we are working on currently, also improve the experience and to also make it better. So one, international acceptance. Collecting payment from your customers overseas should not be a problem. It shouldn't be rocket science. That's what we have done. We are connected to a lot of banks across the globe. Today, on our platform, we accept all major international cards. Of course, the MasterCard, Visa card, gift card that we all know, plus other cards like American Express card, which is largely used in the US, the China Union Pay, which is largely used in China and in Asia. We also have Discover card. Discover card is also used in the US. So all these major cards that we have globally are all accepted on our platform. And we see a lot of our customers from hospitals, restaurants, hotels that host from all over the world. So your business too need to succeed. You need to be able to accept this payment by opening your business to people. There's nothing as frustrating as customer trying to pay you, trying to buy from you, and you cannot make payment. So that's it. And some of the that we also pay together have similar products, the market. We also support them at the back end. You guys may not know. I don't want to mention names, but there are big companies in this space that also partner with us at the back end because we have the technology that powers all these people. Then another product that we have is escrow service. Escrow, so I can remember my first experience trying to buy online, and a lot of people still try to avoid buying online, doing online transactions because of scam, fraud. Those are not comfortable that, when they order, will get their goods delivered. Even though a lot of things are area, the merchants that we have are trustworthy and all that, but the experience that people have, the Nigeria Princeton and all that, people still get skeptical to buy online. So to improve this experience and to ensure that we're able to get more people to buy from you online, we have introduced what we call escrow service. Escrow is like a middleman. So what this means is that InterSwitch is going to stand as a middleman. Everybody knows InterSwitch. InterSwitch is connected to the banks. They cannot just run it. So InterSwitch has been able to build trust within this market, and a lot of people know. So what we do is that InterSwitch is going to be like a middleman. When I want to buy from Merchant X, a business that is selling shoes, I've seen the shoe, I like it, and I want to buy. So what I need to do, but I'm not sure that, because in fact, my first shopping experience, online shopping experience in Nigeria, I tried to buy a sneaker, and I was in the office, I bought the sneaker, I asked the guy to deliver. I delivered I think 2 days after. When I got the shoes, I didn't reject it, I accepted and I paid, but I couldn't use it. One, it's smaller than the size I wanted. Then two, the color was totally different. I saw something really very, images, pictures and all that, how sometimes they can deceive. So what I got online was different from what was delivered to me. Even though I paid, I gave it out, I wasn't happy about it. And that was the last time I shopped from that particular merchant, just because of that singular experience. I could potentially have been able to do more. So with escrow service, what escrow with that, when I make that payment, the payment does not go to the merchant. It enters a pool in the middle with InterSwitch. Then when you deliver, you will be alerted that also person has paid, has ordered for social material and has paid. But once the material is delivered, then payment will be released to you. What this does is that it enables trust. It allows trust between you and the market. Because one of the reasons why majority of people don't buy online today is because of trust. If you're able to collectively work together, both you as merchant and InterSwitch as middleman, to improve trust online and able to sell more. And it works for everybody, able to sell more to more customers. People have trust on online e-commerce and be able to buy more. So that is what escrow service has done. And escrow service is flexible. You can set up, when you are setting it up, you can set up how long you want the money to be issued. Do you want it in days? Do you want it in days? Do you want it in 5 days? That is that will be your call. We have that service, and a lot of people are already enjoying the benefit. Both big and smaller organizations are enjoying that benefit. The other one is quick settlement. So when you are buying, especially when you are selling physical goods, sometimes you need to pay your vendor, you need to pay your suppliers, and some other people. And because for them, cash flow is also very important. Or maybe you also have different accounts that you pay in. You can set up what we call split settlement. What split settlement will do is to allow you to split your settlement into different accounts without any mix-up. So with that, you're able to easily reconcile your account. You know where what fund is going into, what is happening to this account, and all that. There will be no mistake. There will be no point of printing long list of what is it now, account statement, and be trying to use Biro and all that to trace them. This settlement will do that for you easily. And the other thing that we have, in fact, I should update this slide to show this one that is showing pay with USSD. No longer, it's not just pay with USSD. On the customer, there's really no excuse for not paying you. You know how you go into a store, somebody buys something from you, and I say, oh, I don't have cash. You don't have cash, use card. You don't have card, you can use USSD. You don't have USSD, you can pay with transfer. There's no point even for them going outside, maybe going to their banking app to pay you separately, because that might even cause confusion and all that. You will not be able to add payment to the order. But with our multiple payment options, you can do several types of payment. The customer can pay you QR code, can pay you with USSD. So you don't have a unique USSD code that you can dial and they will pay you seamlessly. You can also pay into bank account. You can pay to your bank account. You can pay you with card. And like I said, we accept multiple cards. We accept about 7 international cards. Yeah, Nigerian cards. So there are so many options to pay. There's no excuse of the money is hanging. There's no excuse of there's no network. There's no network, use USSD. If your banking app is not working, use QR code. So there are several ways of paying you. But because for businesses like yours, cash flow is very, very important. It is the engine of growth for you. You need your money to come in on time. You need your money to come in as assured. And the other thing I will talk about is Android terminals. This Android terminal basically means POS. We have what we call smart POS. So today, perhaps I have both online and offline shop. And I think that's the right strategy. There's something we call offline to online. The behavior of people who shop online today, what they want to do, they want to start their journey. Some of them, not everybody, wants to start their journey online and end it up offline. I have done it before where, okay, when I want to order pizza sometimes, I just go to mobile app, I order for pizza, and I drive down, maybe on my way to wherever, I drive down, and I pick you up. That's what they call online, offline. Because probably I don't want to cure that delivery charges and all that, because I know it's my way. I can start my journey online. And so it's very important that we also have a strategy in our business where we have what we call online presence. Order from you online or your storefront, and can come to your shop or to your outlet, pick it up. And when they do that, you may say, okay, I don't want to do online transaction. Some people, I have a friend, tech savvy friend, who says doesn't do payment online, prefers to pay in cash, to see the person that he wants to pay and use POS. To transfer online, it doesn't. So that's why it's important. So these Android terminals are smart POS. And these smart POS, they are smart POS because they are like your mobile phone. So once you download your app on it, it's like a POS. Somebody can come there, swipe his card or insert his card, pay you. And they can also pay with USSD on the same app. In fact, you can make it like your store where you can upload your inventory, you can share your invoice, and do all sorts on that terminal. And you can also accept national payment and all that. So that's about our Android terminal. So with Android terminal, you're able to connect your physical store, your digital store together as one store. So if somebody is buying online, somebody is buying from your store, your inventory can sync. You can see real-time updates. It's not like you're trying to reconcile people, what people have bought online and what people have bought offline, and you are struggling with conciliation. But with this Android terminal, you're able to combine, have one store that works both online and offline. I see just one store. And everything you need to support your business is enabled on this app. Everything you need to support your business is enabled on Kutela Business. Just register on business.kutela.com. And as customers are buying from you, as they are making transactions on your platform, because this platform is powered by huge artificial intelligence, able to give you trends, pattern, behavior, how people are buying and all of that. You're able to see insights around data so that you know who your best customers are, know where to do more, know which product is selling faster than the other. So you can track it up to SKU level. You have a product that have different sizes. You know which SKU is doing better than the other one. So everything you need to power that typical bigger businesses use in managing their business have been managed together as a pay to within Kutela Business, so that you can also take advantage of the opportunity. Then, of course, we also have Kutela mobile app. So we have, a lot of us here will have mobile app. So instead of going to the web every time, once you download that Kutela mobile app and you have it on your phone, as people are making payments, it's dropping, you are seeing alerts every time. You'll be hearing pam, 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 pam on your phone. As they are ordering, you're seeing it with that mobile app. So everything is integrated. Everything I've talked about has been integrated into one platform. So these are just breakdown of some of the things that I've spoken about. I wouldn't spend time through this anymore. It's just to show you that Kutela Business, the capability we are building onto Kutela Business cannot be matched by anybody in the industry. Even competitors that started and launched their platform before us. We have the intelligence and we have the capability. We already used to support all the people that also do this. So we are both people that are enablers of a lot of other fintech as well. A lot of fintechs in the industry use our platform to serve their customers. So it is the same platform that we're also using to serve you. And I believe that we are going to enjoy Kutela Business. Let me just take one more slide before I leave. It's just to show some of the things that we are working on. In fact, one on number 3 is something that we have already rolled out. We rolled out a loyalty service. Kutela loyalty service was rolled out about 2 weeks ago. We are still campaigning it and all that. And I think all of us here should take advantage of this season, this Christmas season, to sell more to our customers. To sell more to our customers through loyalty. Every customer wants to be seen as a smart shopper. Who wants to, and they want businesses to recognize them, to know them that, oh, they are loyal to them. So if you got your loyal customers and you'll be able to get people that can roll out this loyalty service to your product, you see a lot more customers coming back. Have you seen, I don't know if anybody has experience where going to a shop and they give you a loyalty card. That loyalty card, as you are transacting, you are amassing points, you are accumulating points. And with that point, down the line, you can use that to do more transactions. The reason why there's a particular shop where I buy, the reason why I go to that shop is because I have their loyalty card. Because I know that as I'm spending there, I'm getting something in return. As you are doing that, I'm buying more. So it pays the store, it pays the outlet because they know that I know I can get something and they are selling more to me. So they have rolled out that service on Kutela Business now. So you should go in, start using it, because it's also very important that don't just have the account, start using the account. And there are so many products there that you can use. You don't have a website. How many people will build a website today? You don't need to pay for extra website. Just use our storefront. Upload your product on storefront share your link to everybody, either on WhatsApp, Facebook, wherever you want to share. As people are buying, as they are clicking, you are seeing it on your dashboard. And if you download the mobile app, go to Play Store, either iOS or Play Store, look for Quick Teller Business app, download it, register. If you have your account already on the web, you can use the same account to register there, and you'll be seeing your transaction real time right there. So that's about loyalty service. Then the other thing that we're also working on, that we soon release that, hopefully by Q1 next year, is pay with credit, value, what we call value financing. We already have this we are testing this for one of our products internally. And I want you to actually be one of the first set of people that are going to start using this product when we roll it out Q1 next year. Pay with credit means that the customers want to buy from you. You are selling shoes. I like these shoes, I want to buy. Or I have a lot of expenses this month, I cannot afford. Oh, the shoe is 25,000 naira. I only have 20,000 naira. I have plus 5,000 naira to go. And I can't make that payment because I have other commitment. Instead of losing me because of 5,000 naira, what Quick Teller Business has done or is planning to do is to offer me loans. They are not offering, so there's a separate one for the merchant. This one is talking about offering the customer that wants to buy from you but does not have money and cannot ask you for credit. In fact, you've already put it there, there's no credit sales. You understand? So rather than losing that customer, want that customer to still buy without any risk to you, we're going to be offering, when we roll out this service, we're going to be offering that customer a loan to be able to buy that shoes from you, to be able to buy that shirt from you without any distance. So the shoe is 25,000 naira. The customer does not have money. We say, okay, I want to buy with credit. Offer him credit and he will pay us back. Who manage we have partners that we're working with who already, they understand this space. They offer credit to people who want to buy. So who offer the credit, buy from you, get your money, move on to the next customer, and this customer who manage collecting the loan back from the customer is our own business, not your headache. You get your money and you move on. So you can only enjoy this service if you start using your Quick Teller Business now, because you know the way digital platform works. The more you use it, the more intelligence it has to be able to know, okay, Tayo that wants to buy from me, Quick Teller will use an algorithm to say, okay, how do I know how much to give Tayo? But if you have been using this platform and your customers are using it, you know how much, if this customer is credit worthy. He's asking for 20,000 naira. We know how much we're able to offer him. Should we offer him 20,000 naira? Should we offer him 25,000 naira, or should we decline? But if you are not using it, it's difficult to take that decision. So use the platform, and your customers will be able to buy more from you. Everything we are doing is to ensure that your business, because it's very important that your business grows. Okay, then the last one there, social selling on Qt. We are integrating Quick Teller Business onto other platforms. For example, WhatsApp, where with your Quick Teller Business account, you can reach customer via, you can order from you on WhatsApp, and you can order from you on Facebook. So we are doing all this integration. I think we're starting with WhatsApp. So with that, you have more discoverability. More people are able to discover you. Because the way digital platform works is that the more people are searching for your product, the more they are using you on a platform like us. And when they search you, search for your business online, when they search for anything related to your business will come up. We call it search engine optimization. So the more mention you have, the more discoverable that you are online. So it's very important that you partner or you come on this platform and that you are using it, actually using it, not just have an account. So that everything that we are building around an ecosystem create more value to you, so that more people can see and work. Today, I don't know if a lot of people know about Quick Teller Consumer here, the app that you use in making payment and all that. We have close to 10 million users on that platform. And I'm not joking with you. Once you are on Quick Teller Business, what we are working on right now is that customers, so potentially, all the customers of Quick Teller are your customers as well. Once you are already on Quick Teller Business, all the customers on Quick Teller are your potential customers. It means that you have can you imagine having a captive audience of 10 million people that you can potentially sell to? And that is what we are doing to promote businesses that are on Quick Teller Business. We are using it, then we are exposing you to customers that we already have on Cookteller, because those are people that you can already sell to. Can you imagine a big market that has 10 million people can potentially sell to? So those are the value that you are bringing on board. And there are a lot more products that we are working on are coming in, that as they roll out, as they come in, updating the market. But I want to employ you to use the platform. On that note, I will call on the moderator to. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Wally, for that session. Thank you. Any questions? Well, I think we have, can you see the chat section?
Okay, I'm going there now. That's what I'm.
Yeah, someone has a question.
Okay, so I see. I think the first question here is related to the last session. Can we use our existing normal Facebook login for ads login? I don't know if the last person has taken that. Do you want to respond to that, Gloria?
I mean the one about my business is kind of a cooperative. Can I use Cookteller for it?
Business is what?
The question from Oni Zezara.
Okay, please can. Not sure. Question. The first question I have here is Adeyemo Watofumi. Can we use our existing normal Facebook login for the ads login?
If you scroll down to the most recent questions.
Oh, okay. Okay, I have one here from Nene 04337. I've set up my storefront for over a month now, but I've made no sales. Am I missing something? Nene, we might have to, is this your account on platform? If yes, might have to check. Did you share your storefront? It's not just creating storefront as well. It's also about sharing it with your community and all that. And as you share it, as you use it more, and you get more coverage. But our team is going to reach out to you to get more insights from this and see how best to optimize this. Then another question from the same Nene. Secondly, I qualified for a POS and I have gotten emails to help continue processing, but the issue now is I just relocated from Lagos to Calabar and I'm going to get a physical store. What can I do to complete my form so I can still get my POS before I finish setting up my new shop, a new location? Okay, I think since you are the same person, when we reach out to you, let us discuss this but I don't think that is a problem. But for POS, it's important that you have physical store. So we need to know, I know you might be planning to have your physical store. When the team reaches out to you, they will ask you this and be able to know when and all that. Since you are qualified for the POS already, it will be released to you. The only thing is that because of, I think one of the things that is causing the delay is because there's what the CBN, the Central Bank of Nigeria, have mandated us to do. For you to give out POS, there has to be KYC and there has to be proper documentation. I'm sure that is what is delaying, and that is why they want to know where your physical store is. But the team will reach out to you and take this offline. Does that mean, this is the other question from you, does that mean that the only way to make sales is to share my Cookteller link on product or ticket? Exactly. So don't just create the storefront. It's like having a store, you have a store, a physical store, and there's no address, there's no banner, there's no signage on that store. Nobody knows that you are selling anything there. In fact, the store is always closed. You are not even opening the shop. So when you create your storefront, you see share link on the platform. So you need to just click share link. When you click that, to ask you, do you want to share on Facebook, WhatsApp, or wherever, then select, or on Instagram, select which one. You can even select all of them and share there. That means you are broadcasting it to everybody. So it's like having a website. When you have a website and you are not moving traffic to that website, nobody will see, nobody will know you. So it's important that you share your storefront once you upload product on it. And I do that a lot. So you can share on WhatsApp, make it your stories, make it your status or whatever you want to make. But send to all contact from this thing, send to Facebook, a lot more people to see you. They can immediately click your product and buy from you. Okay. I hope that answers the question. Then the last question here is, you didn't tell us how we can come on board. Are we to download an app? Which app? Things we need to do. Okay, there are two ways. You can actually go to Play Store or to App Store to look for Teller Business. I'm trying to do that now. Just search for Quick Teller Business. When you get there, so search for Quick Teller Business. When you get there, okay, you can see my phone. I've typed Quick Teller Business here. It has listed all the different Quick Teller. There's Quick Teller Business here. Just click it and install. Yeah, I have the app already. Just launch the app. Actually, you can see early access on the app. So you are joining now, you are joining as early access, and there are a lot of that. So install the app, and on the app, register. What we just need is your email and phone number. If you don't have that, you can also go to business.quickteller.com on your mobile, on your web. You can open any browser and type business.quickteller.com. Gloria, can you please help me type the URL here?
Yes, I'll paste it now.
So it's either you download the mobile app and register there, or go to business.quickteller.com and follow the steps. So what you only require to do is your email and a password to register. But because of KYC, as mandated by the Central Bank of Nigeria, they will ask you for your ID card, your valid ID card. Putting your ID card there, complete your KYC process. Once you do that, then they will take you live. Very easy, very simple, and we can start using it. Okay, so Gloria, that's all about the questions I have here. There are other further questions people can send in, and we'll take it from there.
Thank you so much, Wale. Thank you very much. If you have any more questions, you can send an email to QT Business. I'm going to type the email if you have any questions. 1 second, please.
Okay, there's a comment here from Nene that I hope Quick Teller, so there are put up questions in Q&A, help me check them. I think we have addressed them. Oh, okay, I understand. I thought Quick Teller had an audience we were exposed to. Yes, Quick Teller has an audience, and I just spoke about the potential 10 million people that be exposed to. The platform is evolving, and as it evolves, you also get more people to more Quick Teller consumers to see you. We are currently doing something right now and it speaks to what you are talking about. What we are doing is to call it merchant spotlighting. And what that means is that we are calling out merchants. We are directly marketing selected merchants. So what we are doing is that every week we have a number of merchants we are pushing to Teller consumers to shop from. So we've created what we call like a marketplace, where we put all the different merchants selling different things, and we send that as adverts to consumers of Quick Teller. So that's over 10 million people I spoke about. We are pushing it to them so that people can see what they are selling, they can click and buy from you. So every week we have different merchants that we are showcasing. And I think that has started, that will continue. So make your platform active, because if your platform is not active, you may not get selected. So make it active, use it. Also share within your own community as well. And as we are doing that via email, we are doing it via what is it called? Social media adverts, not just putting it on social media. We are actually promoting this, we are sponsoring it, we are advertising through paid adverts. Understand? So those are some of the things that we are doing. I can see a comment here as well that it didn't answer my question about the cooperative. Let me go back. I'm not sure I saw that.
Yes, it's Oni Zezara. If you just scroll up, it's not on the Q&A, it's in the chat.
It's in the chat. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Can you read it? Let me.
It says, my business is kind of a cooperative. Can I use QuickTeller for it? It's like a contribution where I want to be seeing how much people have contributed on my app. Is it possible with QuickTeller?
To see how much people have contributed on your app. So you have an app and you want to see how much people have contributed on the app. I think we might need to have a little more conversation. Can you drop your number and drop how we can reach you then? Reach out to you and discuss it. I'm sure we have a product for that. Just give us when we talk, then would discuss that.
The Sony Zezara, so you can just
let me get the contact of that person. So I guess what you might need, we have something we call payment link. What payment link does is that what you just do, and we use that a lot, even internally, I use that a lot. Even on QuickTeller consumer app, you see, what you do is create, for example, there's a monthly contribution of 5,000 naira each per person. What you just do is create a link and the amount you want people to contribute, then send it to people that do that contribution. So what they just need to do, click the link and make payment. As they are making the payment, you can see it on the dashboard. So it is possible, but again, I need to discuss that more to fully understand the scope of what we are trying to do. Gloria.
Yes, I have the phone number now. Okay. If there are no more questions, we'll just call it a day. Thank you so much, everyone, once again for participating in the session. Hope you learned a lot. Hope the session has been helpful, has been insightful, and we can't wait to see what you all do with your businesses, with what you've learned today. Have a fantastic day ahead.